Disclosure Day, the latest alien blockbuster by the Steven Spielberg, who has made a lot of alien blockbusters, let me tell you, was a movie like most movies I watch these days, I'm not going to lie, but was a movie that was especially just chock full of Riley vibes. Riley was my younger sibling who died of a meth overdose in 2023. And it was just chock full of like things that made me think of them. And even literally all the alien stuff. Like Riley was kind of getting into like a lot of the alien conspiracy theories and things that are out there. And there were a couple times when they were experiencing psychosis and it was all kind of coming out, and then a few times just normally, which I think it's quite interesting. And it's kind of a weird time right now. Like, since they've died, there's even been more of like these weird grainy videos, and it looks like the government's kind of hiding some stuff, and that's kind of what the vibe of Disclosure Day is about. Like, it's obvious that Steven Spielberg pays attention to like where people think on aliens and people who like are big UFO people where they're at. And obviously there's been a lot of media and stuff, and so it makes sense that it's now going to be a big movie. But I thought it was quite interesting, and there's probably going to be a lot of spoilers here as I'm talking about it. And so it was making me think of Riley just for the fact it was an alien thing, for sure. But a lot of the beats of the story and kind of the way like the alien technology works really was making me think about them as well. Especially, so there's like, you can kind of just like jump into someone's mind and like see what they're seeing with some of this alien stuff, which is something that Riley was literally doing the last year of their life with some of their mental health stuff. I think is called like thought broadcasting. And it was interesting talking to them because sometimes they felt like connected, and it was nice. Like they were able to be in other places and kind of see stuff and like have conversations with people. Which if that was like something in their mind that they were doing that made them feel at peace, like that's great. But it was also a little bit heartbreaking because it made me think like, oh, are they like spending the energy having a conversation in their own mind like with me, rather than actually just reaching out, and now it feels like there's so much we still have to talk about. So I think there were times where I felt like frustrated with their kind of thought broadcasting and kind of telepathy sort of ideas. And of course, what do you know, in this movie, that's like a thing that one can actually do. So it was brought up some Riley feels right there. And oh, the huge thing is that we think right when Riley died, my brother Andrew and his family were in Illinois, and he was actually out in the morning. And we think around the same time that Riley died, Andrew got this beautiful photo of a cardinal, a northern cardinal, just a gorgeous red bird. And what do you know? A northern cardinal is like a big part of this movie. And so that was like, oh, hello there. That was really nice. And just the general themes of all alien movies tend to be about alienation. What do you know? But I think one of the ways that this movie did it that I found really quite fascinating was one way that this main character, who kind of gets like the alien powers a little bit, and she basically can look someone in the eyes and like a lot of times know everything they're thinking, or sometimes like she knows what they need. And it's fascinating, like the way that she gets stuff and like makes it through different problems is just looks at someone and tells them like something very personal and like basically the thing that's probably heaviest on this person's heart. And she basically like Jedi mind tricks them and like freaks them out. And so like if it's like a military guy she needs to get past, she just brings something up and then it just like makes them do whatever. Which I found to be kind of about how just like people are deeply lonely, and a little bit of like connection and being seen, especially in the places that we hide from ourselves and that we hide from others. Like that is something that is so powerful. And I feel like that's kind of what's being talked about here. And just overall, like, the world needs to know about the aliens. Is Yeah, was fascinating. I think it was a great movie. It wasn't like game changing of all time, but just fun to see my man Steven Spielberg play with aliens. Oh, it also brought up as we were walking out, they had a thing of like all of the different Spielberg movies that he made, and I forgot that he directed War of the Worlds, the 2005 like Tom Cruise one, and that movie holds a special place in my heart and in my amygdala because when I was like 10 or 11, we went on my 10-year-old trip and my best mama had just died recently, so she couldn't go. It was like a grandparent sort of trip, but me, Papa, and Bestafar all went down to San Diego. It was super fun. Got to go to Legoland, Universal Studios, I think the zoo and SeaWorld, maybe just the zoo. But we also went and saw a movie, and War of the Worlds was in movie theaters. And so we saw that, and it was a little bit of a stretch. I think it was PG-13, but I was also scared of aliens. But I definitely wanted to watch it. But it was so freaky. I was like shaking my boots. And then in our hotel in San Diego, there is a big sound at nighttime of like a huge horn from a ship, which is basically the exact same sound that the tripods make in War of the Worlds. So I remember that really freaked me out. But it was a great trip and a fun memory. But yes, so Spielberg, thank you for your alienness. Riley, I still do hope that you got like taken up in some sort of alien craft. And when Disclosure Day does happen here, which is obviously happening, that's what this movie is telling us. When that happens here, I will be happy to hang out again. So, and learn about all the cool alien secrets. So, keep me updated on that. But here's just a little Griefcore / movie corner for you folks. And I hope you go see an alien. So, I'll talk to you later.